A pleasant Dada Sham to all our viewers. We are blessed today to have among our midst the very Reverend Dada J.P. Vaswani from the Vaswani Mission, Pune. It is our privilege to have hosted him for the third time this year in Goa, and we pray that he keeps on coming and this love remains. Today let us ask Dadaji for some relevant issues facing us in Goa, and I hope we are able to come out of our problems using his wisdom. Dadaji, my first inclination is towards our education scenario in Goa, where we have produced such great thinkers like Ramanujan, Aryabhat, from our education system, which was very simple, just a tree where the teacher stood and the pupils sat around him. Today we have huge institutions, air-conditioned classrooms, but we don't seem to be able to produce people of that caliber. What, Dadaji, is your opinion on our education system and what is wrong?
Because I think we have commercialized education. Education is something that must never be commercialized. Education is not the filling of a bucket. Education is touching life at its roots. But today's education is commercialization, and as Jesus said, judge a tree by its fruits. The fruit of this type of education will not be any better than what we have got so far.
So what would be, Dadaji, a prescription for a good education model?
Now there is so much of government interference with education, at least on our side. I do not know about the conditions here in Goa, but on our side there is so much of it, and they don't understand what education is. Education is not a pumping in process. Education, the very word, is derived from two words, educo. E is I, duco is draw out. It is a drawing out process. You don't have to pump in something.
Here all that we do is cram into their brain.
Yes. That is the difficulty. They have not understood what education is. The people who are in charge of education do not seem to have understood what education is like.
But where could we begin, Dadaji?
We can begin in small groups. Yes.
Last time when you had the meeting with the educationalists,
Yes.
What were the impressions that you got about the system that we have in Goa? Which is the area we should touch the most?
I cannot say. I cannot say. I was with them for a very short period, and it's difficult to judge in that small period what is.
Could you tell us more about the Mera system?
A mother came to Aristotle, the great Greek thinker. My child is 4 years old. When should I begin to educate him? And Aristotle said to her that you have already lost 4 years. You have to start education the day he is born. That is our difficulty.
With both parents working, Dadaji, is it possible
Yes.
to give so much time?
It is not possible. In America, there are two girls. One is 20 years old, another is 22 years old. They both said that though we have lived in America, we have not dated even once. I said, how could that be? They said, because our mother is all the 24 hours at home looking after us. And that is possible only in their case. Otherwise, both the parents go and work because they have to maintain a particular type of style. There was a time when simplicity was regarded as a virtue to be cultivated. Not so now.
Now a simple man is considered a fool.
Yes, yes, yes.
Could you enlighten us about the Mira system of education, Dada?
We are doing our little bit, but the child comes to us only for a few hours out of the 24 hours of day and night that God gives us. The child comes only for a few hours. So we are not able to do much, but we are doing our little bit.
But even that little dose that you gave, that be careful what you see, for someone is watching you, all that we repeat in our school, and we've seen a tremendous change among the children.
Yes, that is
so
true.
Any other mantra, Dada, that you can give this time?
I am not alone. I am not alone. There is one who is always with me.
We will try that one this time now.
I am not alone.
Thank you.
4 words, but they mean a lot.
Yes.
Yes. They can change the life of the individual.
Most of the children say we are insecure.
Yes.
We don't have a friend.
Yes. I know the suicides are increasing.
Suicides are increasing.
Just because they think that they are alone.
True.
Yes.
And when I ask them, why are you smoking? Why are you doing drugs? They say, because I have to match my friend's group.
Yes.
So that leads to a lot of problems.
That is true.
So should I say that the focus is on building the self-confidence of the child?
There can be no self-confidence in an atmosphere that we have created now. Atmosphere of peer pressure. If there is one boy who does not value those qualities, he can disturb the whole arrangement. Yes. Even as one apple, as they say, spoils the whole basket of apples, one single boy can. It's so easy to destroy. It's very difficult to construct.
Coming to business, Dadaji, what we are seeing all around is the system has become corrupt. Is India going to emerge out?
Because of education. Because of education. The education that originally was given in India, the very first lesson that was passed on to the student was the very first lesson. Satyam vadda, krodham ma kuru.
What does that?
Translated into English, it would mean always speak the truth, never yield